Real Housewives star explains why she returned to the show as a friend of. Real Housewives of Atlanta star Cynthia Bailey explained why she returned to the series as a friend of. During an April 2025 interview on former Vanderpump Rules stars Katie Maloney and Dana Cathan's podcast, Disrespectfully, Bailey noted that she left RHOA in 2021 after starring as a full-time cast member for over 10 years. Bailey, who had cameos in RHOA Season 15, said that she was not asked to be a full-time cast member after Season 13. They didn't ask me back as a housewife, but the friend thing was always an option, and I then thought, you know what, I could use a minute. I really want to focus on my acting, said Bailey during the podcast episode. She said she eventually changed her mind and decided to take on the role of a friend of for RHOA Season 16. She explained that she missed being on Bravo. In addition, she said the flexible schedule of being a part-time RHOA star has allowed her to keep working as an actress. The friend space is kind of cool because I can still be connected to the fans. Because no matter how many movies I do and how many other shows I do, they're always like, "When are you going back to Housewives?" said Bailey during the interview. I'm like, I just left Housewives last week, it feels like. So our fan base is incredible. I love the fans, I love the network. I left in a space where I have a great relationship with them. And I said, you know what, let me see what this friend thing is all about. Bailey made similar comments about coming back to RHOA in a March 2025 episode of her podcast, Humble Brag, co-hosted by Real Housewives of Beverly Hills alum Crystal Kung Minkoff. She said it was a strange feeling to leave RHOA in 2021. It's weird not being on the show after being on it for over a decade, said Bailey during the podcast episode. She also said that acting is still her priority, while she films as a friend of for RHOA. Bailey has been dating Le Prince, a musician from Amsterdam, for nearly a year. During a March 2025 episode of Tamra Judge and Teddy Mellencamp's podcast, Two Teas in a Pod, Bailey noted she and Le Prince kept their relationship private for quite some time. I don't know how we've been able to keep it secret for so long, but we've intentionally not done social media. We've stayed off social media. We don't post together. So we've kept that part of our lives very private, so that helped, said Bailey in the March 2025 interview. Bailey also said she did not want to have another public relationship after her divorces from her ex-husbands, Mike Hill and Peter Thomas. In a world where full-time diamonds and peaches symbolize reality TV royalty, one Real Housewives alum is choosing something a little more casual, or is it? After 2 seasons of high-drama dinner parties, catty confessionals, and tear-streaked limo rides, Camille Grammer, or insert another former housewife here based on your preference, has stunned fans by returning to the Real Housewives, but not as a full-time cast member. Nope, she's stepping back in front of the cameras not with a title card and tagline, but as the elusive and often underestimated friend of the Housewives. So why would a former full-timer who once delivered iconic one-liners, rocked designer labels with ease, and stood at the epicenter of franchise-defining drama, opt for the sidelines? Her answer is surprisingly refreshing. I wanted to take back the narrative. In an exclusive sit-down with Bravo Confidential, Camille opens up about her decision. People think going back as a friend of means you couldn't cut it as a full-time housewife anymore. But honestly, I chose this, she says, sipping a martini with the kind of controlled confidence only a seasoned housewife can pull off. I wanted to take back the narrative on my own terms. According to Camille, being a full-time housewife means you're all in. That includes opening up your life, your relationships, and every little drama that swirls around your personal bubble. And while she doesn't regret her full-time seasons, she admits it came at a cost. It's exhausting. It's like constantly living under a microscope. And let's be honest, the fan base can be brutal, she says with a knowing smirk. I just didn't want to sacrifice my peace this time around. I still have something to say. Though Camille's not front and center, she's not exactly fading into the background either. Oh honey, I still have opinions, and I still have some tea to spill, she laughs. It turns out Camille was getting tired of seeing narratives swirl online and in tabloids, many of them not written by her, so she figured, Why not show up, sprinkle a little chaos, and let people know she's still got it? Being a friend of means I can still speak my mind, I can still call someone out at a party, but I get to choose when and where. It's like being the sniper from the side. And if you think her reduced screen time means less drama, think again. According to insiders, Camille will be involved in 2 of the season's biggest blow-ups, including a Palm Springs trip that reportedly ends with drinks flying and at least one housewife storming out barefoot. The paycheck's cute too. Let's not kid ourselves, reality TV is big business, and Camille is no amateur. She knows her worth, and she's not afraid to admit that being a friend still comes with a lovely paycheck. It's not full-time money, but it's still pretty cute, she winks. And without the pressure of filming 5 days a week, I get to keep my schedule open for other opportunities and actual sleep. She also noted that the show's producers were smart in luring her back. They knew fans missed the OG energy, so they came to me, and we made a deal that worked for both of us. Translation: Camille's not desperate, she's strategic. It's about loyalty and a little messiness. So what made her say yes now? I got a call from Kyle, Camille confesses. She told me things were shifting, that the group was in chaos, and honestly, I felt loyal to her. We've had our ups and downs, but at the end of the day, she's an original, and she needed backup. That sense of loyalty, paired with the temptation of a messy, unraveling friend group, was too juicy to ignore. She said, I need someone who isn't afraid to speak truth to the group, and I said, say less. I'll bring the receipts. Camille hints that she's not just there to throw jabs, she's also playing peacemaker at times, trying to bridge the widening gap between former besties and frenemies on the verge of combusting. It's weird, she admits. Sometimes I'm the voice of reason now. Who saw that coming? I'm not done yet, just smarter now. Make no mistake. This is not Camille's farewell tour. If anything, it's a calculated reintroduction. I'm not done with the Housewives universe, but I'm doing it smarter this time, she explains. I want my kids to see that you don't have to sacrifice who you are to stay relevant. You can pivot, reinvent, and still be in the mix. And yes, she's already fielding fan questions about whether she'll return full-time. I'm not ruling it out, she teases. But right now, I like being a little mysterious. You never know when I'll show up, what I'll say, or who I'll read to filth. This time, it's for me. More than anything, Camille's decision is about control. After years of public divorce drama, feuds, and online harassment, she's reclaiming her time, her peace, and her storyline. Being a friend means I finally get to choose when I engage. I'm not obligated to fake friendships, I don't have to host fake parties, and I can just be real. Imagine that. She lets out a laugh, tossing her blonde hair over her shoulder. And let's be honest, sometimes the friends of end up being the main event. Truer words have never been spoken. So while the diamonds, apples, and oranges may belong to the full-timers, Camille's proving that sometimes the real power lies just outside the title screen. Quiet, strategic, and occasionally explosive, she's the friend you definitely don't want to underestimate. Because in the Housewives world, anyone can hold a fruit. But it takes a legend to stir the pot without even needing one.